Speak Life Radio.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Speak Life Radio right here on GorillaCross.com, streaming live on the Gorilla Cross app. Download the app. It's free. Go to GorillaCrossRadio.com. Download the app for free. If you guys are watching live, please share the live video stream with your people. Once again, share it with your people. Let us know where you're tuned in from. We are broadcasting live from Las Vegas, Nevada, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street. I'm your host, Quan59, and we have another dope show for you once again. Today, we got Datin live on the line. We're going to be getting live with him in just a minute. We got a lot going on, man. A lot going on in the music world. A lot going on in, it's summertime, man. There's a lot of heat. So we're going to be talking about, man, what you've been doing. So tune in, man. Let us know how you guys been doing live in the video stream, live on the comments. I'm your host, Quan59. Once again, I got a special guest co-host. He was on a couple weeks ago, and now he is back live in the studio with me. My man, Jared Tennell, live. What's good?
What's up with you, brother, man?
Yo, man, how you feeling?
I'm blessed to be back. Had to get in back with you because I enjoyed my time with you.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you back in the studio. Joe Seif is at work, working. You know how that is?
Gotta work.
Gotta work to make money.
Man don't eat if you don't work.
Exactly. So listen, man, we do have a lot going on today. We're going to be talking about, we got some music reviews we're going to be doing at the second hour of the show. If you guys submitted a song for us to review, you better be sharing the live video stream. That's all I got to say. Don't submit music to us and have us, suffer and listen to bad music, and then you don't even share our stream. You know what I'm saying? We might keep Datin on and see if he'll review one or two or three songs. He did it live in the studio before.
He's like
with us.
I feel he has a very specific expectation too. So that would be cool.
Yeah. So we might do that. See if he wants to, stay on with us. But man, how's your week been, Jared?
It's good. It's hot. Vegas is even hotter than what I remember growing up. So we're just surviving. Same old. Kingdom Music, doing the thing with my brother Brian, and living life with my family, wife, kids, man. The usual.
It's good, man. I heard before the show started you do not like Vegas.
Man, so okay. The question came at me very quickly. So it wasn't like I don't like Vegas. I left Vegas twice. Okay. Came back, left again. So, I guess I said it a little too hastily. Growing up here, there was reasons why I left.
You just don't want to be here.
I was excited to leave the city when I was 18, right? Yeah. I played sports back in the day, went to school. But then, you know what? There is something about being in the city I grew up now, and looking like I'm probably going to be here for a little while, that I have warmed up to. So let me take that back. I said it the wrong way.
All right. Hey, that works. It's all good. We all make mistakes.
Come on.
But that's the thing, man. people will make a mistake, and we do interviews. Sometimes I say things I don't really mean, or I might say it out of context.
Right.
People do that all the time, and they'll take that one mistake you said or that you made and hold that over your head forever.
Yes.
And, sometimes go viral, man. Go viral over a mistake.
We know that. I have had an experience where a message was shown in part and fully out of context.
Yeah.
And it made me look like a crazy man. So I actually had to make a public apology. So I know all about that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't make those public apologies. I'll just, I've had people take screenshots of only what I said, not what they said before.
Out of context. Exactly.
And shoot that out to people. Oh, this dude's fake. He's a fake Christian. And man, I'll be fake. If you want me to be fake, I'll be fake.
In their context, for sure, because that's not the truth. But I hear you. I've been there.
Man, we do have a big show.
Yes.
We've had this dude on before, man. We've had him on a lot before. But this is the first time we've actually done a video call. He was in the studio once, maybe twice. I don't know. We've had him in the studio in the old spot. So, you've got to see his face. But we usually do phone calls and we've upgraded the studio a little bit. So, the past year and a half, we've been able to do video calls now. And I got my man live on the line. He's been doing so much that I'm like, bro, we have to talk. You've been doing way too much just with his own music, helping out other people with their music, God Over Money, and the Menace movement. We got Datin live on the line all the way from Florida, I believe, right? Datin, what's good, bro?
What's going on? Yes, sir. All the way from Tampa, Florida.
Let's go.
Tampa, Florida. How is it out there, man? I know, we had D Black from Florida last week on the line, and now you're on the line with us. It's hot in Vegas. How do you feel out there in Florida, man? What's that weather like? And
humid.
Do you love or hate the summer out there?
I'm from Jersey where, I remember multiple, I think every summer growing up, the temperatures would definitely go over 100 degrees. A lot. You know what I'm saying? 105 degrees. Since I've been in Florida, it's been about 9 years. It hasn't hit over 100 degrees ever. So
really,
I could deal with the summer. Sometimes they get humid, and Tampa seems a lot more humid and hot than Orlando. When I lived a couple years in Orlando, I've only been in Tampa about a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Okay.
So it's a little hotter here, but it's still it's manageable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you like better? You like Tampa or Orlando better?
Orlando.
Yeah.
Orlando's nice.
Tampa, but Orlando.
That's where I thought you were still at. But no, humidity, I think, doesn't humidity make it hotter, even though it's not a certain degrees? I think. But,
it does. It does. And that's why it's more humid over here.
Yeah.
It makes you sweat quicker. I mean, you walk out the door, you're already sweating. When you just took a shower, you feel like you need to take a shower already.
We have dry heat, so it is a little different.
Yeah.
I think dry heat's worse. I think,
I don't know. People have that argument. Some people hate the humidity and would rather be in the dry heat.
Yeah.
I haven't been in the humidity enough for a long period of time to know if I would like it better, but I don't mind the humidity at all.
I think the dry heat isn't as bad. I remember the hottest I ever felt was in Vegas. And that's Vegas made a lasting impression. It was 109 degrees.
Yeah, it gets bad.
I still got the story saved in my phone when I put the temperature on. I was with Hog Mom.
Yeah.
We walking on the strip.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a terrible experience. 109 degrees, bro. I'm like, yo, son.
Let's coincide. Yeah.
For no reason. It's just hot for no reason.
It made people mad. When I grew up, that was in other areas that are metropolitan, the crime rate literally goes up in the summer because it makes people frustrated. Facts.
Well, then we have such a big homeless population out here too. Homeless people are trying to. Sometimes they're committing crimes so they can go inside in the jail for 3 months. I have
literally heard to eat and to get out the heat. Yep.
So they do that a lot. And honestly, if I was homeless, I would be breaking in somewhere.
We're getting arrested
because I can't even imagine being out there on the streets when it's this hot.
Definitely.
Because my AC's not working in my car. I'm finally getting it fixed tomorrow. But I'm driving around in a car with wind blowing on me. and I hate it, and I want to start running people over and stuff like that. But
See?
I couldn't imagine being on the street like that.
Yeah.
You know, you can get totally naked, and it's still not going to do anything for you.
I've heard stories of people it being so hot they walk to the mailbox and pass out.
Wow.
So that's a real thing. So what you just said actually happens.
Yeah. Yep. All right, man, let's get into it, Datin. You've been doing a lot, man. Like I said in the intro, Menace movement. You know, I got the T-shirt from you like 3 or 4 years ago, right? And I'm like, yo, this is dope. But it was really just you. Like, you were on the label, you were on the movement by yourself.
Yeah.
Recently, you've been signing a lot of new artists. We interviewed Jess pretty much right when she dropped her first single with you. What's that been like, bro? And just the idea behind it. Do you see, when you started it a few years ago, do you see the light right now? And are you happy with where it's at?
Yo, it's been fun. It's definitely been, it keeps me busy, but in a good way, in a fun way. It's been fun working on or helping them as they work on their music, walking alongside them with that and the mixing and the mastering process, or just I don't write anything for any of my artists unless I'm featured on it. But just, you know, they'll send me the rough drafts, and if I can put my input, I will. Or just co-sign it like, yeah, this is good to go. Anyways, that goes without being said. It's been fun. As far as me seeing it come to fruition like this, like I envisioned this. This is what I desired. I wanted Menace movement to not be a GOM 2.0, to have its own sound and to have these type of artists. And yeah, it's come to pass, and it's dope. It's dope. I feel like I'm satisfied with the reception from my artists. The music is performing pretty well. I got a solid team of people who, man, if we could invite people into the chat, you know what I'm saying, and they would hear these conversations that we're having. Yeah. I'm very proud when we're done. I'm like, man, thank God. We all say the same thing. Thank God that he's paired up like-minded individuals that have the same heart to propel the gospel, that have the same heart for ministry, for the service of others. And I don't want to use the Christian cliche jargon, the slang, but that's just what it is. We're all like-minded, and I'm like, yo, God, I've heard from you thus far. Yeah. You know, I prayed about every single artist. There's a lot of dope people I could have signed. There's a lot of dope people I can sign now, and I just don't feel a peace to go forward. Yeah. So I remember once upon a time, I won't name who it is, but someone was doing a lot of music with a lot of whack people. And I remember saying, like, bro, why you letting all these like garbage dudes on your record? Man. And he said, he was like, yo, I'd rather do songs with them that they really out here in the street with me, doing ministry, than all these dudes that can rap good, but don't ever come outside the studio or outside the house. Yeah. Now, I still disagree. Like, I'm not wrong. If that's your heart and you got a good heart, keep doing ministry. Don't mean you got to be on my record. But it left an impression on me, and I said, my priorities are going to be the heart first, the mindset, the faithfulness, the integrity. Then the music will come second, and the music got to be good, though, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big key. Yes. And that's the hard part with music, right? Like having that balance between like 100% ministry and 100% dope music at the same time. That's been the balance that, you know, even as a Christian hip hop fan growing up, I wanted and was hungry for. And I think that's the thing that labels and artists and even fans now are searching for. And that balance is hard to find, but I feel like you guys have found that. And the fact that you said you've prayed about every artist, prayed about everybody you've signed, the power of prayer is so underrated sometimes, you know? And the fact that we say, we'll pray for you, or I'll pray for you, I'll pray about this, and a lot of times we don't do it. Yeah. I've been praying about so much lately, And even the past couple years, even to get the studio to where it's at, even to get ministry to where it's at, even relationships with people, even just everything that I pray for, you start seeing the fruit of that. Or you see, like, you're praying that you want something, and you'll see God blatantly shut that door and be like, that's not for you. But when you're in prayer constantly, you know the yeses and nos, right?
Yeah.
When you're not walking in prayer, when you're not getting grounded in the word, when you're not in worship every day, there's confusion. But when you're in that, you know the yeses and nos. You know the difference between the yes and the no, and you don't have that confusion.
I have a question for you, man. My fault. I was blessed to work with you, on 2 different tours. So I've known Dane for a while, man. We were on the Streets of Gold tour, and then the Winds and Waves tour. I think both with Illuminate. Shout out Illuminate. Yeah. Used to manage him.
New album dropping.
New album coming out. PTSD. Sorry.
PTSD.
So
absolutely fire. I already heard it.
Yeah.
So
man,
fire.
some singles I've seen drop too. Yeah. He got the Miles Minnick one. I guess I didn't think I'd probably bring this out this quickly, but since we're already here with it, I don't know if you remember a conversation we had in the green room, right? So we were in Miami. This was, I think, beginning of 2019. And I remember coming to you and just tell me, how, if anything's changed or if your approach has changed a tad bit. But I remember asking you and telling you that I was like, hey, bro, the way you speak the word in your sets, I was like, you have a evangelical mantle on you, right? And I remember clearly, I kind of remember you pushing back on that a little bit, like, well, I ain't trying to be preachy to these people, man. But then I said, hey, you ain't got to be preachy to these people, man. I just think it's dope that you continue to seek that out and see how that applies in your music, because I think you speak so well when it comes to the word. Fast forward to today, with the Menace label, have you changed your approach with music, with Christian hip hop? I know you're very vocal. I think every time there's something that is a topic, a discussion in Christian hip hop, you are able to share your opinion, right? And a lot of people gravitate to that. Do you think you've changed your approach to how you make music? Do you insert and make the gospel more on the front of how you create and make the music nowadays, or is it still the same process as it was 2-3 years ago?
All right, so there's a lot right there.
Yeah.
So as far as my approach in the music, it's pretty much the same. I will be doing a project where it's a different approach.
Yeah.
It's basically where I'm looking in this season and I'm getting so much favor from the secular side, right?
Yeah.
And
The
I think
ciphers, yeah.
our minds automatically, the flesh starts to go to, well, maybe I can be an effective witness there. Let me tone some stuff down and let me start to navigate those waters and leave CHH alone, right? And that would be the easy route, because I think, if you're thinking in terms of money, it can probably be lucrative if I go over there and just rap my butt off and rap well and be positive, and I could rub shoulders with these dudes and do songs with them and probably increase my fan base. But that would be ignoring the call. So now my point is, I will be giving music, that's not the same redundant, repetitive concepts. And you're going to get fresh concepts, fresh ideas, but it's ministry first. I plan on dropping 2 projects this year, and they are unapologetic Christian hip hop. You know what I'm saying? For the body. I will, God willing, if I can fit this in, I'm going to do a project where I know I'm going to lose a gang of fans. It's going to be a different approach.
Okay.
I was once against doing songs with secular folk.
Yeah.
Now with this, what I plan on doing is I'm going to do some songs with secular folk, but to kind of have like these discussions on record about real topics and getting them to confess how they feel about things. You know what I'm saying? Let's say, just for example, we're going to do a song about the hypocrisy in the music industry and have these guys really say how they feel and me adding my Christian perspective to it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a round table discussion with the Christian and secular cats, putting this on record, and you're still going to get the gospel on it, but it's going to be a different approach, because these things I would kind of use this project to get on those type of playlists, the underground hip hop playlists. If I do a song with I don't even want to say him because I might really do the song. But anyways, it's not going to be compromising in no way. There'll be no one that can take and point their finger and be like, oh, you see, you watered down the gospel, you compromised. It's not. It's like, yo, man, I can't sit around and just entertain y'all all day. I gotta go where God told go where God told me to go, do what he told me to do. Yeah. And not everybody has the opportunity to like people try to other Christian rappers, and this doesn't make me any better, but they'll have to like force their way into trying to infiltrate. I got that side inviting me. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then inviting me as a Christian. So it's not like, yo, we like your Christian rap, but tone that down a little bit. They showing love with the music just as is. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, how can, looking at the music industry and how it works and these playlists, what if I did a song with blah, blah, blah? I got them to share their heart, how they feel about this real topic. Because when you sit in a room with these guys, they talking about bang, bang, kill, kill and all that on records. Yeah. But they don't really want to do that. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is an environment where you can talk about that. And now this can be an example to others. You know, maybe other people will feel like, yo, you know what? I ain't got to sell out. Let me be let me be okay with being me, and I don't have to do these things to sell records. That's the goal. And then everything I say today is with an open end. Yeah. So if God tell me tomorrow, yo, you know what? You put too much of your own thoughts into it. Don't do that. I'm not going to do it.
I think too.
That's just my idea. That's just what I want to do.
With you, man, I can say if there was anybody that I feel would have the integrity in his faith to go and cross, you know, to the secular music for the sake of witnessing, I would think it would be you, man. So, you know, we're praying for you, brother. And
especially somebody that's already been there. I mean, you've been on that side already. You know, you're not one of those people trying to jump to that side because you think it's you know, the grass is greener over there. You know what the grass looks like over there.
And he left.
You know, so I think that's dope.
So you know, the thing is, it's exactly that. I come from there, and I feel like what was like God really showed me something in this moment when I went to Shade 45. And
that was dope, by the way.
It was one of the dopest. Thank you. It was one of the dopest moments for me because I remember being in environments like that, feeling like I had to impress everybody there, right? And I went, and the only thing I was nervous about was just remembering my rhymes. Yeah. Because I wanted to be the proper witness. I didn't want to be the goofy Christian rapper that went up there and stumbled. But as far as feeling like I had to impress anybody, no, I was going to be the influencer, not the influencee.
Let's go.
I was going to be outspoken. I was going to be, you know, for the sake of Christ. Yeah. And I was going to boldly proclaim, hey, Sue reigns, Jesus reigns there. So not boasting in myself, but when I went and I was myself and I was loose, I said, man, like, yo, God removed me from this industry because he needed to work on me and refine me and kill that part in me that idolized that dream. And now when it's not an idol, like I ain't got nobody to impress. If you know me, I really don't give a crap.
Right.
That's good,
I'm just gonna do what God told me to do.
Real.
That's it.
Dating as real as they give me. Yeah.
And that's dope that you have that approach and you have that mindset. You don't care what people think, and hip hop is not an idol to you because we've seen it in Christian hip hop that it's an idol to a lot of people. We live in a social media world, so you got to be careful promoting yourself and promoting the music and getting caught up in yourself. And like it says in the Bible, the end times will be lovers of ourselves, right? And 15 years ago, we read that verse, and it doesn't hit the same way as when we read it now, right? Because they're forcing us to be lovers of ourselves, you know? You got it. And the fact that you take that approach, not making it an idol, and standing on that, and going into prayer, and doing all these things to still maintain your Christianity and making Christianity first, and then going in there to do that. I think more artists, these younger artists coming up, and even some of the older artists that have been doing it for 20 years, 25 years need to listen to that and take that same approach, because that's the only way to do it in my mind.
Yeah. Amen. Do you think is your creative process, I guess that's kind of where I was going to, is it, so you said that there will be a project that's kind of aimed more towards reaching people that aren't saved. Does your creative process with your delivery and the lyrics, does it change a little bit when you're in the writing process to these albums and these songs, or is it kind of with the same mindset as you would have a Christian hip hop album? And I only ask that too because, you know, I understand where you're coming from, and I've always understood over the years, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, we know there was the one group of people in Christian hip hop that we just, you know, we didn't understand the approach because we had never seen the approach. And us being more traditional believers, sometimes we're like, it has to look the way that I'm used to looking like, right? And that's how I know it's right. But I know now too, kind of by what you said, I want, and Paul said it in the word, right? Be unto the Jews as a Jew, be unto the Gentiles as a Gentile, right? Like, there's a part of our evangelism that has to relate. We don't have to compromise in that. But are you aiming to speak, you know, in a way that tries to get the attention of the lost in that sense?
No, I think I don't know. It's still very true to who I am, because all right, when I'm building, for instance, with the brothers at Bible study, right? I just came from, you know, going to KB's video shoot. Afterwards, most of the Menace movement was there, had a dinner with them. And as I'm building with other Christians, you speak like a Christian in ways that they understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're witnessing to a non-believer, I talk to them like I know, in a way where I know would have been relatable to me, the old day. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm still me, but of course it's a different approach. It's so I think with the music, I haven't started writing it yet, but when I do, I believe that it may be a little different, a little pulled back on the Christian verbiage, the language. They don't understand these things. Right. Will the project be absent of the gospel and me proclaiming Jesus? No. I'm gonna. You're gonna get what you get. You know what I'm saying? What I've been doing, what I've been called to do. But the approach may just be different.
Yeah. Now you already know, like, doing music with secular artists, you already know the comments are gonna come on social media. And I know you don't care, but sometimes I see you jump in the comments and get frustrated with that. What's your approach, and what do you
no more, bro.
Say that again?
I don't do that no more, though.
Yeah, that's good.
I used to.
That's good. But it is hard. I mean, because it is people talking to you and you know, either talking down on you. But how would you explain your approach to somebody that approaches you in a good way, not a trolling type of way, but in a way of questioning that?
I would, what I'm gonna do, right? Maybe I should just say it here and use this as the clip to explain it. But I think what I'm gonna do, even though there will be no profanity on it, right? I do understand that some people who are fans, right? I know that my concern when I buy a Christian rapper who may have the secular artist on their joint, if I have children, my concern is now my child or somebody I'm witnessing to or discipling will be exposed to who that artist is, right? And may like them so much, follow them, listen to them, and now it's just more junk in their ears. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it'll make them stumble or backslide, but you never know. Anyways, I understand that there's that risk, and I feel like it's legitimate, and they're probably gonna say that to me. What I would do is, a lot of Christians have their streaming services censored. You know what I'm saying? Or there's like a block for explicit content. Yeah. So I think even though there will be no profanity on the project, I'm going to put a parental advisory. Right. So now your kids can't hear it, and you're going to get the disclaimer before it comes out. The thing is, you don't want to be like, it's stupid to play a team, right? And show the team my game plan, my strategy.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Like, imagine me. How would y'all feel if it was a secular dude and you hear him talking like, yo, I'm about to come on Gorilla Cross and use that platform to really push my agenda. Like, you like, no, you can't come on here.
Yeah.
You just exposed the whole thing, you dummy.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that
–
and offend these people and make them feel like they're being used.
Yeah.
But I will give a disclaimer and be like, yo, look, if you feel like this is something that'll make you stumble up, don't support it. Don't listen to it. But I will say, like, yo, but I can guarantee that this will be a good witnessing tool for you to use. For somebody that's already listening to this person and that person,
right?
Yo, give them this. And I feel like this will even challenge the artist. Yeah. At this point, man, this is why I'm deciding to do this. There was a time when I couldn't see the finish line in rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I see the finish line up ahead.
Yeah.
And to think that I just rapped for building up Christians, only, I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me. Yeah. I appreciate everybody that I definitely do. The majority of my work is to build up the body, for sure. And I find it a great privilege and no complaints.
Yeah.
But if I don't at least get one or two in where I'm intentionally fishing on the other side, like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I would have done everything God has asked me to do. Right. I do know this, right? When you see people, man, Eminem sent Hallelujah All Day to a friend of mine.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eminem sent, like, I didn't have to dumb the gospel down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's as it gets.
Yeah, you're right.
And probably the illest lyricist of all time sent out my song, and my man, I can't name him. I told this story and I didn't disclose who the artist was. I'm telling y'all. My friends, of course, know because I shared the screenshot with everybody, all my dudes. My man is like, guess who brought you up today?
Oh, wow.
And shows me Eminem was sharing Hallelujah All Day.
Wow.
So I bring this up to say I don't have to dumb the gospel down.
You don't.
I'm like, man, listen, and let me reach out in a way where, like, yo, that'll be effective to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember being the non-Christian, listening to Christian rap and having to, like, most of these things I couldn't relate to. I didn't understand these biblical terms. You know what I'm saying? I needed something to make me think and consider Christ and consider where I was.
Right.
And that's what I want to do.
Amen.
Yeah. And I don't even know why I'm talking about all this, because this is like later on down the line. I got so much I'm working on that. That, I'm probably people getting turned off, but I got so much.
No, it's good.
You're good, brother. Trust me.
That's what they're used to.
No, I hear you. Let me encourage you too, because it ain't you saying some real poignant things, man. We were just in we just Brian opened up for Andy Ruiz, right? And when I kid you not, like, there were fights in the stands, people were drinking, and there was like a for real full out gang brawl.
Yeah.
It made national news.
Yeah, I saw that.
Exactly. At the Andy Ruiz fight. But guess what? Brian came out to My King is Supreme, and they played that whole joint. It's about a 4-minute song. In a sense, I kind of see it in that light, right? We took that opportunity to go into a place that these people don't know Jesus. They came to see a boxing match. They're drinking, feeling themselves. Hey, I see you, man. It's good. It's good.
And I don't mind that approach. My only problem and my only concern, which I'm not concerned about you, Datin, necessarily,
right?
But my only concern with artists that do that and jump into that realm is I've seen a lot of artists do that, and I see their lifestyle change once they get in there.
Yeah.
And that's my concern with artists that jump on that. I know you're mature enough to handle that, but it still is a fine line. So do you worry about that at all with that approach that maybe...
Yeah.
So I talked to my pastor, and he told me something he was right. He said Datin. So I asked him, yo, what do you feel about this? He said, this is the only thing I see. And he named from rock bands. He's been around CHH for many years.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
was like a staple in Orlando. He had this show called The Last Wave. And everybody from Lecrae to everybody been through there. And he's like, yo, my only thing is the people that go that route, right? They sometimes say, yo, it's just one project.
Yeah.
It's only one, and then I'm back out, and then that one does well, and they gain more favor. The very same favor that that made them consider doing this project now times 10. So they consider the second and the third, and before you know it, they're in there, and their walk has changed because now they're not surrounded, and now the people who are concerned that are holding them accountable, you don't want to be held accountable. So now you drown them out, and you're just around. And bad company corrupts good character, and they surround themselves by bad company, and we know what follows. Is it possible? I'm not naive to the fact that what if I drop this project and I'm appreciated more? Like I'm still human, and I still wrestle with at times when I see, MC Joe Schmo, who is wicked as all hell on social media. Now, you like just ignorance on display, garbage music, get super appreciated, and you don't get brought up in conversation.
Right.
You be like, dang, like, yo, I'm not appreciated in CHH. Like, why am I over here rapping for the? I put out CHH Ain't Dead, and ain't nobody celebrated with me, just the fans.
Right.
So I'm just like, yo, you got to fight yourself from being bitter. Now, imagine what a setup from the enemy for me to take that bitterness, right? Let it make its way through my heart, drop this project, and then get mad love over there. And you be like, man, forget CHA. You know what I'm saying? So I know that.
And I think that's what happens with people, Datin, and we have seen that. And that's why I even brought it up, because there's many examples, which I won't name names, people know. But we've seen that, I've been involved in this for 25 years, and I've seen it over and over again, and that's why I asked that question. But that's why I like you're surrounding yourself with the Menace movement, with God Over Money, so you have people around you. So I like the approach you're taking right now to build up to that. But I'll be praying for you, personally, because you're my dude, that you don't slip into that, because it is such a fine line between that attention and you're right, not getting that attention in Christian hip hop. I've seen so many people drive away from Christianity because they weren't getting that attention they thought they needed in Christian hip hop.
Right.
And we've seen it so many times.
You do that, then there was an idol in your heart to begin
100%.
with. I don't know how CHH can turn you off from Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It just shows that your expectation was off too. But I will surround myself with accountability, and like I said, I'm considering it. I already paired up with a producer to do this project. I'm already working on one of the features. But if I don't feel a peace moving forward, I'll just dead it. I just pray God keeps me, and bro.
He got you now.
That I would please him as I do this.
Amen.
So everyone out there, pray for Datin. If you agree with him, pray for him. If you don't agree with the approach, pray for him. Because
anytime they about to get 3 albums before this even happens.
Let's go.
I ain't even got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? 3. I still got to drop the new arc. I got something in the works with Ray Rock. Me and Marty back to work. There's like a bunch of stuff.
That was dope. All right,
so let's jump into that, and because we're gonna have this conversation in 2 more years, anyways. So let's talk about that, man. Your new music, everything you've been doing. You're trying to pump a lot out, and I noticed you kind of said this on air, and you've said it on social media. You see the light at the end of the tunnel with your music career.
Say it ain't so.
What is that like, seeing that, and now taking that approach to where it's like it's time to knock out this music?
I just see right now God opening up doors for other areas of ministry. You know, Jared, you asked about, you know, you spoke about the preaching thing, and I got long-winded in my answer. I forgot to answer that. That's one of the things where do I see myself as a full-time pastor? I don't know. It's just step by step, whatever God says. I do know that He's calling me to exercise my gift of preaching in this season. So I'll be doing that.
Yeah.
I want to get into other areas of writing. I just signed to write music for a Broadway musical.
Oh,
come on.
Okay.
Yeah. What can potentially be a Broadway musical? It's being pitched to Broadway. Regardless, it'll tour around the world, even if Broadway doesn't pick it up.
Now what type of Broadway musical is that? What type of vibe? Like a hip hop vibe?
It's a hip hop. Yeah, hip hop / you know, there's gonna be some R&B type stuff in it, but you know, the hooks will be melodic.
Yeah.
But they've hired me to write all the music. It is a Christian story also. So
man, that's awesome.
You know, that's gonna be easy to do.
That's big, man.
It's just, you know, I want to get into the sync licensing thing. So I think I'll always do music. But as far as solo albums from Datin, I don't know. I see, I'm not saying the finish line is close, but I just see it ahead, you know?
Yeah. You're going to be like Seven, man.
I may be bowing out in a couple years.
Seven said he was retiring 4 times.
At least 4.
He came back, so maybe that's what'll happen. You take a break or something, man.
We'll see.
Yeah. Listen, retiring is very good for selling that retirement album, though.
There you go.
So it's good marketing to retire and then come back, because then people want to buy your comeback album because they missed you. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question too, man.
I might have it for another 2 years, and that's it, bro.
We'll see. I see that, and for people that are watching that don't know, you married an amazing woman of God that is also an artist like yourself, but she has more of the lane in the Spanish realm. Now, you know Arise. I think you know Arise too, Quan, but he himself has also tried to step into that lane a little bit and having conversations with him. I mean, it's such a big world, even for Christian Latin music. Have you been able to kind of go into that lane a little bit, or have you been speaking Spanish on some albums? How's that with the new wife, man? And congratulations too.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I don't know a word of Spanish. I wish I do. For the first time, I've wanted to learn Spanish so I can understand my wife's music.
There you go.
Everybody's always telling me how dope she is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm becoming more familiar with that lane because she explains stuff to me. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm getting
market,
more exposed to the artists and what they do, and it's just a big market, man. Bro. It's way bigger than regular
than Christian hip hop. It's bigger than Christian hip hop. Yeah,
and there's so many other countries that you can gravitate to that you will like it a lot more than even out here. But you know, you guys being out there in Florida, there's a lot of Spanish speaking out there.
Yeah,
even Vegas, California, stuff like that. But when you guys get in arguments, that she bust out the Spanish, so you don't even know what she's saying.
Not at all. Not at all.
They don't argue.
My wife and I. Yeah, no, a disagreement is very peaceful.
There you go.
That's good.
You know, other people. Yeah, so
that's cool.
We don't have to bust out with the battle raps on each other and the Spanish words and all that. We talk it out.
You know, I've seen Brian and Monica for so long being married and being, you know, in the same quote unquote, you know, ministry circles or music circles. How has that been? You know, because I think sometimes, because I believe from what I have seen, she has a daughter, correct?
Yeah.
So like when she's going on tour or going out of town for a music video shoot, kind of how do you balance that? Because I know for Brian and Monica, with 2-3 kids at the house, you know, they've had to definitely adjust and praise God that, you know, they've been able to do it and they've been still able to go forward in their giftings. Has that presented challenges or do you guys have to adjust because you both are in the industry?
Nah, we really don't have to adjust. I think in this season we may have to moving forward. But as far as her daughter goes, you know, her daughter has a very active father, so
right. Okay.
Somebody who if she got to drop her off, he has no issue with it.
Right.
There's been times when we've taken her to a video shoot.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And my wife is in a season where she's focused on other areas of ministry.
Yeah.
She has a podcast.
I seen that. Yeah.
She's worship leader at church again, and just
Nice.
she has a very active role in the church.
That's awesome, man.
But when she's ready to get on her grind with the music, so when we got married, she was still signed to a label.
Oh, okay.
And there's only so much I can do, but just advise her,
Right.
Now she's not on that label.
Mm-hmm.
So when she gets back into the swing of things with her music and writing, there's a lot of work to be done. And I'm gonna, we'll see. Ask me that question then when she's ready to rock.
Back on the label. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's dope, man.
That's cool.
And it's dope having a musical family like that, where you guys both support each other. Like, it's obvious on social media that you guys support that. So that's really tight. And and the fact that you said you guys don't fight even in disagreements, I think more people need to take that approach. And there's that misconception that Latinas are crazy and they're gonna yell and slash tires. So
nah,
I'm glad you found a good one, Datin, because I know it was a rough road. We've talked about that in the past, and dealt with you being on Christian Mingle and stuff like that.
Yeah. I seen you. He trying to get you. I seen you and Bizzle going back on tour. How does it feel? Are you being on East Coast and down South? I know the pandemic kind of peeling back. Are you excited to get back on the road and hit these in-person events again?
I can't wait,
Let's
bro.
go. Yeah.
I can't wait, man. This is gonna be dope. Can't wait to get back out there with Biz. We got two shows this week on Thursday and Friday.
Man, come on.
Rocking with Biz is gonna be dope, man.
How long is that tour going on for? I know you guys just started promoting it. How far out are you guys going?
Probably most of July and August.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most of July and August.
So you're not going to extend it past that, or is it just something you just want to do for the summer and kind of move on?
What was that? What was the question? You cut off.
I said, is that something you just want to do for the summer, or is it possible to expand, through the fall, September, October?
Nah, I just want to do it for the summer.
Okay.
Yeah. If people don't,
month and a half.
If people have not seen Datin live, do it. Go out.
Yeah.
It's an experience, man. Datin is probably one of the best live performers I've ever seen. For sure.
How many shows do you guys have booked so far?
I honestly don't know. I gotta talk to Biz.
Yeah.
I just know about 2 because the 2 came to me and I forwarded them to Biz, to the God of Money booking.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, I think the last time we spoke, a couple people already bid. So
nice.
So
that's awesome, bro.
Him and I will be together for 2 days this week. We'll talk about all that. Go through the calendar. So
now, going to different cities, are you going to get artists from those different cities that you might get on the show and collab with when you're in their city?
For sure, we definitely do that. We'll either allow whoever books us to have, everybody got a little homie that raps.
Yeah, right.
If we cool with somebody in the city, we'll include them. If we not, they can have their little homie come open up, and then this tour is called the Soul Therapy Tour, so they can expect something different. It's not just gonna be a bunch of rapping. Prepare to, it's a soul therapy session.
So it's different from the God Over Money tours you guys have been doing in the past. Expect something different.
Cool.
Which are probably one of the most hype tours. Yeah. With Hallelujah All Day, and what was the song with GS and Bizzle, and it's a hype track.
Like that though.
Yeah. Between those 2 songs and when you did that tour, man, it's a hype concert.
Are you going September? They got that big Summerfest 2020. Is that what it's called, Summerfest?
Yeah, in LA.
Are you doing that?
Yeah. I'm posting about that tomorrow. Yep, I'm there.
Yeah, I know a lot of artists are on that. I'm hoping it goes well. There's a lot of artists. They've only left off like 5 artists, so that's what I was kind of, I know there's a lot of bitter artists about this show, and I've talked to some of them that have been in the game for a long time. Like, what about me?
Well, they've outputted a lot. So from what I had heard is they outputted a lot of money, and it was supposed to be last July.
Supposed to be last year, yeah.
And the pandemic hit pretty heavy. So yeah, from what I'm seeing and hearing, it's supposed to be the biggest Christian hip hop festival.
By far, it's the biggest Christian hip hop festival of all time.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be big. I mean, there's a lot of artists on it, and there's some that haven't claimed Christian hip hop in 4 years that are on it. But I won't get into that on this show. We'll save that for another day.
Give them a chance, man. Let them get back in it, man.
Just start claiming it before you just jump on the bill. But it's all good.
You got it on your stripes.
I'm looking forward to it. Just looking forward to seeing everybody on stage, and even some of these younger artists that are getting the opportunity to go out there and network with you guys and display their skills and talent and ministry on the big stage. I think that's really dope, and they've done a really good job of promoting that. I'm seeing it everywhere, every day. Even if I don't see Datin promoted, I see someone else promoting or so it's getting out there. So I think it's going to be really dope, and I look forward to going out there and being there too. So I think that's super dope.
You brought up a good point. Now that you got the label, Datin, are you and you spoke on it a tad bit earlier, you didn't bring up any names, but like say you go to a Summerfest, I mean, are you openly now as kind of a, CEO, A&R of a label? Or are you looking for talent when you go to these places now?
Nah, unfortunately, man, not unfortunately, because I don't regret any of the artists I signed.
Yeah.
But because of the whole, I want to be able to do life with you. I want to know you. I want to have a relationship with you.
Yeah.
I signed so many that I can't fit anymore. So
I get you. Okay.
There's like this one dude. I'm not going to name him. Poor guy might see this and be like, "Tag." But like, there's this one kid that I'm like, man, he would fit in with us.
Yeah.
He's so dope.
Yeah.
And man, people are like, bro, you ain't gonna pick dude up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I can't. We like, you usually start off your roster and one by one. I started with Steph and Jess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But Jess, I couldn't announce her because she got pregnant. And when she got pregnant, it kind of put her back. So then Nowadays gets announced. Then after, then Jess, then who? C4, then Cephas. Like, I still got one more in the tuck that they don't know yet. I got one more.
Yeah.
When they ready, I'll introduce them, and then it's a wrap. Like, I might not be able to fit anybody else on the roster until somebody's done with their contract.
No, for KMR about to roll out. We won't put the name out there, but from my conversations with Twan, he threw. Dane had the opportunity to work with a certain brother. And I think we gonna work with him. So I think you know what I'm talking about. But it works out, man.
Now is that because of location, Datin? Is that because of location? Like you said, you wanted to do life with them. Do you want people in your area on the label?
Well, no. C4 lives out in Connecticut.
Okay, cool.
The thing with C4 is like, I knew we weren't like cool, but we know each other from the world. He's accessible. We got cool before I signed him.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I was kind of already doing life with him. Like Big Bro and him. Then Cephas is one of my best friends.
Yeah.
So and Cephas is out in Cleveland.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. He does the living room diary things. Yeah. I seen that.
Living room sessions, So that's my bro. Then Steph and Jess, I went to church with them Nowadays too. So it's like they're accessible, they're close. I want to get to know somebody before I take and just sign them. You know what I'm saying? And then artists can be jerks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Like, you sign them and they're anal and weirdo picky.
What's my budget? Where's my advance, Datin? Yeah.
So what Jared just mentioned is like, I can't even take credit for that brother. I feel like just his heart he has like a KMF type heart. And my wife would be like, yo, you need to sign him. And I was like, yo, you know what? I think I'm gonna sign him.
Yeah.
And I was praying for dude specifically and really felt the Holy Spirit be like, yo, send this. It was a particular video. Send it to Twan.
Yep.
And yo, I don't even think I said amen. I was still on my knees, grabbed my phone, sent it.
Yeah.
And Twan hit me immediately, was like,
He's
yo,
fire, bro. He's fired. Yeah.
So,
now that's
So
cool.
we might see him on another label soon.
We gonna see about a rollout and a presentation, and then you'll know who we're talking about. But no, I understand that too. You know, with the label and coming out and the budgets and behind that. Do you have any advice for us too with KMR, man? I mean, with you and everything that you put together, you just named a bunch of artists you named over the time span that you brought them to the label. You know, what is some advice for us, man? Because we could definitely use it, especially, you know, Twan and Diego as well. I think you know Diego. So any advice for us?
And if you need to charge them, Datin, just get a, you know,
consultation fee, man. We got you.
give me your Cash App.
My Cash App is at $$ Datin Barriers now. Look,
I got you.
So what I would say is this, man.
Yeah.
Right now, an artist only needs a label if they've hit a ceiling. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know what to do, what else to do.
Right.
There are some people who are self-sufficient and also very knowledgeable, and they don't need a Menace movement, a KMF. They don't need that.
Right.
So when that person, you find that person that that needs you, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna operate in fairness, and I know y'all would, but has hit a ceiling, and you feel like you can help them crack that ceiling and move for, you know, take their ministry to a different level.
Yeah.
I would suggest that y'all invest into it and keep your overhead low. You know what I'm saying? So they don't end up broke.
Yeah.
It's fair to them. You want them to be able to make a living off their music.
Right.
Keep the budget low, keep everything affordable, but still yet do it with excellence.
Yeah.
And like, yo, get to know them, do life with them.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's just keeping your overhead low, keeping your budget low, being realistic. There's labels that go under because they're spending $5,000 on a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, I'm not spending $5,000 on a music video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't.
Right.
You feel me?
And you're not getting return in something like that. I mean, you don't spend money on something that's not going to bring a return.
Right. Yeah.
This is CHH, bro. If you ain't, you know what I'm saying, Lecrae, KB, you ain't making that back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But I like that approach of keeping it family and being close and having like a real relationship with the artists and with the people that you're associated with, because you're right. People don't necessarily need labels the same way they did back in the day. A label should be a different thing, and it should be more of a partnership than like I'm the label head and you're my artist and you got to do what I say. It needs to be more of a relationship. And what better relationship are you going to have than with people that are actually fam? Yeah. You know, and I think that's a really good approach to take. And I think more people need to do that and build, not just musically, but build, you know, spiritually as well, and be on that same place, because I've seen it with labels. This person's on this level spiritually, this person's over here spiritually, this person, things like that. And it just creates a lot of conflict. Yeah. Not saying any of those levels are wrong, but they're all on different places of how they see ministry and how they see going out there to minister. And it causes a lot of conflict.
Yeah. No, you said it too.
Yeah, I got a more in my contract, man. If you ain't like-minded, if you wildin', there's a clause right in the contract that I can drop you. Like, and I feel like I ain't got to worry about that with anybody on my roster, but just in case, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna go through those things. Even if there's a clause in there like, yo, if you difficult to deal with, like this is not just like, this ain't Def Jam. This ain't we here the ministry, and you gonna be a stumbling block. Yeah. You gone.
No, I know about that clause, man. Yeah. I know about that. Yeah.
Have you guys had to drop anyone because of that?
No. Well, you know, I say I know that because you know, we took a little bit from, you know, Datin helped us with KMR in some areas, man. But then one of the criteria too is also we haven't even announced who we're potentially going to sign. We have probably 5 or 6 people that we're pretty close with, but we haven't announced any names. But it's similar to exactly what you said and Datin said. You know, there's we have to trust the people, right?
Yep.
We can't, there's nothing that will benefit us or give us a return that to risk something that could, potentially, stain not just the integrity of the ministry, but the witness of our walk in our relationship with God. So definitely. You gotta know who you're building with and you gotta know who you're investing into. Yeah. So I received that, man. That was good advice, bro.
That's good. That's good. And just working with all the artists you're working with, man, who are you excited about and who's dropping next? We've seen Jess. She just dropped a new single, which is super dope.
Super dope.
I can't wait to start playing that. But who are you excited about right now?
Ooh, all of them. All of them. C4's album that he's working on is amazing. Stefanato's second album is I wondered if he was going to top the first, and this joint is coming out incredible.
Talent.
Jess's album he's been working on for 2 years, and it's done. She might be the next one to drop. It all depends on how many more singles I want to go with.
Yeah.
So yes, right now, and Cephas got another album in the chamber. So it's going to be a toss up between me, Jess, or Cephas. It's one of us three.
Yeah.
Then Stefanato will follow. Naladeus is done. Naladeus album is incredible. Everybody's done, man. Everybody's done.
So what's the timeline? What's the timeline of dropping? Are you doing it like once a month when everything's done, or what's that timeline like?
Yeah, I might go once a month. Go once a month.
How does that conflict with GOM? Because I know with some of our planning, we definitely have taken into account our rollouts and if it overlaps, and if we do, potentially put out 2 artists, 2 singles at a time. If they do overlap, would it affect them or vice versa? Do you have to look at that when you're rolling out your artist versus you still kind of being a part of GOM?
Yes. I had to change things around.
Yeah.
When AI was gonna drop because I'm still very much part of GOM.
Yeah.
And I care for my brothers and sisters over there, and I'm not trying to crap on anybody else's release when they're my family too. Nothing changed. Still God over money.
Let's go.
And it's Menace movement.
Yes, sir.
Even though Biz don't have any stock in Menace movement, I want it to flow evenly, flow with ease.
Yeah.
So if he tells me, yo, Datin, I'm taking next month, then I'm hitting up somebody on my roster like, yo, we may have to not drop these dates because Biz was gonna drop.
Nice.
Now you're affiliated with God Over Money, but no one else on your label is. So will that ever create conflict with them, or do they understand that from the get-go that could be a thing that you have to maneuver around?
Well, I explained that to them from the rip. And they all seem to understand, but you never know. That could change. That can be frustrating. Yeah. I've been frustrated for similar things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, oh, come on, bro. You're going to drop this dude and I just dropped. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that can happen. If I was on Menace movement and I had nothing to do with God Over Money and my project's done and I got to wait for somebody else, I might feel some type of way. Yeah. But they all been made aware, like, yo, these are the circumstances, and this is what may happen if somebody on GOM is dropping.
Yeah, that's a good thing going into it, knowing that.
Held other people back for us too.
Yeah. In the streaming age, man, as far as you being kind of like an A&R now, pretty much, really, you are an A&R. Do you feel like that will conflict with like a curation of songs? And even, before that, do you focus on just putting out singles as opposed to EPs, as opposed to albums? What is going to be your approach? Because I know, especially if you have to move an album back and say you're curating an EP at the very most, and maybe you want to roll out a couple of singles, do you feel like you need time, or do you feel like a month would be enough time? I mean, just sidebar, just to really, I'd love to hear your perspective on that, because I know we just dealt with that.
Yeah, well, we trying to figure that out still. I think what I saw when I dropped CHH Ain't Dead is I think I dropped like 4 singles, if I'm not mistaken. 3 or 4 singles. And I let them rock for like 3 weeks, one
Yeah.
like a month.
Yeah.
And it was a great rollout, man. The project did extremely well.
Yeah.
It performed well.
Yeah.
The rollout was good. So it's like you start to think maybe I should duplicate that rollout
Right.
for everybody's project. So with Jess, she's different. I'm trying to push a R&B artist to a hip hop fan base. Most of my fan base is hip hop.
Yeah.
So I need people to get adjusted to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she might be the one that get like 4 or 5 singles. Then we gonna hit you.
We go
with
to
the
a
album.
project. Yep. Okay.
Everybody else, I think 2 or 3 singles and hit you with the album.
There you go.
Now, how was that in your mind? And did you have any, maybe questions when you're all hip hop heads, man? I mean, you guys rap. You know what I'm saying? And then bringing somebody like Jess in, who's a singer. Was there any hesitation on that? Like maybe I do something different with her off the label, or were you just like I need this different flavor, in the crew?
Yeah, I felt like I needed the different.
Okay.
I needed variety. You know what I'm saying?
And it does create a really dope balance. I mean, it really does.
It does, though.
Yeah.
It really does. She adds like no regrets, man. No matter how this performs, if it doesn't perform well, it's not going to be because the music wasn't good and Jess wasn't dope.
Right.
I can guarantee the album is going to be, they're going to love it, whoever hears it. It's just a matter of trying to get it to the right people to listen.
Yeah.
And that's my job. It's not Jess's job. With Jess, it's just, I know it was God because they can all tell you, bro. I'm picky to the point where it's annoying. Like, I'm a perfectionist, bro. I listen to it. You slurred that word. Go fix it. That's the type of person. Like, and I'm brutally honest, and I'm pretty sure I hurt their feelings at times. Where I'm just like, this hook sucks. Like, no filter.
You got to be on with us later.
Like that, though. You have to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing with Jess is Jess didn't even have a demo. She did a couple hooks for me, for Steph, and I was dating my wife. I was driving down, listening to some clean R&B, and I was like, I found this reference that it reminded me of Jess, and I just got this light bulb went off, like mad crazy. Hit her up, and I'm like, Jess, I know you write all your own choruses and stuff. Have you ever tried to write a song? She's like, yeah. I'm like, if I got you some beats, like your own beats, would you be down to write to them? Yeah. Well, what about if you put out one EP on Menace Movement? Yeah. She's like, I'll pray about it.
Wow.
So this is somebody that even have a demo. Looking back, I'm like, was I an idiot? Like, I would never mess with somebody that ain't even got a demo. But that's when I can tell, like, it was the Lord. And Jess, not only it's like she had no desire to be an artist. Yeah. She went from having no desire to be an artist to writing her own. Like, nobody has touched her album as far as writing. Everything is written by Jess, written and arranged by her.
She could write.
She could write album by herself.
Wow.
She can write. Her stuff is dope. Her stuff is versatile. Yeah. And this is like this album that the world is gonna get is like really like her demo. Her trying this out, and it's great. It's great.
And that's crazy because when we booked her to interview her on the show a few months ago, I was looking online because usually if somebody got signed to a label, they had music somewhere, and I was looking and I saw nothing at all. There was like one demo reel of her getting signed. You know what I'm saying? That was the only video that I saw of her. And then, of course, the single that she was dropping. Yeah. So I was like, he signed somebody that has nothing out there. So I'm like, that's crazy. But I mean, everything she's put out, dude, I've loved every single song, and they're all different songs that have a totally different feel. And I love that about her because she's went from like a pop song to a straight R&B to like love songs and breakup songs. And it's really dope, man.
Yeah. It's sick, dude.
Yeah.
No, and the best singers comes from that, right? Like Mo Grant, he's done, I mean, countless features for many Kingdom Music artists, and I think he's branched out into other, working with other ministries and labels. He started and just was a worship leader, didn't have any recorded music, and then ended up, venturing out. Before we actually met him, I think he was already in a space where he was gonna get signed. But
how many artists are on KMF?
Unofficially, we have I would say 3.
Okay.
4, and then the KMR is a little different, and we're gonna potentially bring in like 6.
Okay, cool.
6 people,
Dope.
yeah, right now as it starts. But she's awesome, man. We're gonna keep looking out for her, and I think everything how you said it too, man. I'm excited. I'm rooting for you, man. I know it's gonna be good music. I know that at the least, like you said, it's just who you're delivering it to.
Yeah. And we were trying to promote today, right? This morning I go on to promote tonight's show. I can't tag Datin. My comments got deleted.
Oh man.
On Gorilla Cross Instagram, on my personal Instagram.
Yeah.
Datin, you were tripping out. You could not post. You couldn't comment. You couldn't do anything on Instagram.
That, man. Yeah.
I was worried. I'm like, is his social media going to get taken down? What happened? Because Jared later in the day posted and your name was tagged. I'm like,
and it didn't show up. Yeah, hyperlink.
How did he do it? And so I go on there. I'm like, let me try to tag Datin again. And it works. And your blue check mark was back because this morning you didn't have a blue check mark.
Man, they dirty.
So what happened?
Yo,
they dirty,
bro.
Censorship, man.
So what it was, man, I figured it out, bro. I was tripping and falsely accusing somebody that's not in my life, but somebody that just doesn't like me or my family, and just a weirdo. So I'm like, it's them for sure. They tagging my stuff. What it was is it was my link tree in my bio. I found out that it had another link in it that went against I guess Instagram's community guidelines. You can't have anything where you're asking people to for an email list. Join our email list.
Yeah, getting people's data and stuff like that. Yeah.
In Instagram, I didn't know that. Okay.
But the fact that they didn't directly tell you that, like, take this link out, you'll be good.
Well, they never tell you that. They say
don't tell you
violated community rules. You're like, which one, man?
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody. So that's the thing, man. You see how powerless you are. You work on this social media. You spend years building this thing. I treat it like a job. I'm a full-time musician.
Yeah.
So I'm what may seem like a casual post is well thought out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm intentionally trying to build engagement, trying to allow my followers into my life, into my ministry, into, to get to know me.
Yeah.
And for them to just strip it away like that with no response. And then when you're like, listen, I just dropped a single. I need to promote this. Help me fix this up. What did I do? And nothing.
No, we lost Brian's old Instagram that way.
Really?
And we lost it at 75,000 followers. Yeah.
And see, that's the scary thing, because social media, they can take you down anytime they want. I mean, Trump's banned from Facebook for 2 years, and they could do that anytime they want.
That inciting a riot thing definitely didn't show well on him. They wouldn't have done it if that didn't happen. But what I did hear from that first thing that happened with Brian, because you got a blue check, they can't just take you off. And we realized that, because once you are verified, they will give you a chance to appeal, to explain, to change things. So thank God you had that already. And man, but it's real. It was bad.
But the prayers worked, because I was talking to him earlier this morning.
Yeah.
And Datin wears his emotions on his sleeve. You can tell when Datin's mad.
I seen the post. They trying to do me dirty.
Yeah, but just even his voice, like, he has a different voice. He has the, like, cool, man, I'm happy. And then he has, like, the... Like, I don't know, man. I'm like, he wants to punch somebody, but
I'm a loco up on you. Trust me. I did 2 tours, man. I know what you're talking about.
But it worked, man. We prayed and it worked. So there you go.
Come on.
We're glad to have you back on social media, Datin.
Yes, sir. One day.
Yeah, I'm back.
But a lot going on with the Menace Movement. Make sure you guys follow Menace Movement at Menace Movement on social media. Make sure you follow, the whole crew and the individuals.
Yes, sir.
Follow Datin. Any last shout outs you want to give, man, before we get out of here?
Yo, shout out to the squad, God Over Money Menace Movement. I got music coming out. Be on the lookout. some singles. Like I said, me and Marty back working. We
Come
put
on.
out an EP called
fire,
Who Do
man.
You Believe?
Yeah.
And yeah, we got some more stuff to hit you with. I'm also working with my man Ray Rock. So I'm working on that. You can look out for the new arc. Working on that as well. I'm taking my time with it because it has to be an absolute classic.
Yeah.
If it's not a masterpiece, I'm retiring. Like, that's how dope that mug gotta be. If it's not a masterpiece, you don't take off your headphones and be like, I just listened to a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I'm cool. But I'm taking my time with that because that I needed to be that. We got Jess Norris ready to drop, Cephas.
Yep.
Just everybody on Menace. Stefanato, Nalade, C4.
Nice.
So be on the lookout. By the end of the year, I'll be introducing y'all to another new artist, somebody that I think everybody's going to be excited to see on the roster.
Yeah.
Somebody
dope.
that's more known.
Let's go. Come on.
That's dope, man. We're excited about that. Can you stay with us for 2 songs? Can you review 2 songs with us on the show?
Y'all gonna get me in trouble, but let's get into it.
All right, let's do it. And you've done it before, man. And I think you had fun in the studio when we did it.
Give them truth.
But we didn't have. I mean, I feel like the music we've been getting submitted now is way better than what what we were getting back then.
We had good music 2 weeks ago, about a month ago. Yeah.
Yep. Oh no, we got Eton Thomas. Cool. My bad. I'm getting emails.
We're gonna see if it's good.
All right, let's let me go to these submissions. My girl Keisha hit me up in the let's see. She hit me up in the DMs. Okay, Keisha. Since you hit me in the DMs, we'll play this. Keisha is super dope out there in Seattle, Washington. This is called Running with Faith. Keisha right here, Speak Life Radio Live music and video review. Here we go.
Yeah. I keep on running, keeping the faith. I said I keep on running and stay keeping the faith. Yeah. I keep on running, keep pace like a marathon. Can't stop, slide by all the hexagons. I keep faith and I keep pressing on, transformed by your word, defeat Decepticons. I will bless you, Lord, when it rains, it pours. Keep praise in my mouth that helps me endure. Satan try to take me out, I keep Christ in the core. Praise is more than a song, it's how we war. That's my observation, stand sure in faith. When ops is hating, I'm nothing without God, my proclamation. My God is good all the time, but it takes patience. I won some and lost some. All my sins, he had to cross them. Yeah, and now I blossom. I refuse to focus on my problems. All praise to the Lord and Savior, gracious and awesome. I'm just trying to keep my faith up, faith up. I'm just trying to keep my praise up, praise up. Trying to win my race, trying to keep up with the pace. I'm just running with His grace. I'm just running with my faith.
Wake up, take up my armor. Gotta go hard for the war I'm a part of. Got my joy and my sword on deck, with my face so slow that I just might vex. The devil works hard, but my faith works smarter. When life gets hard, then my praise gets harder, man. I ain't stressing, turning lessons into weapons. Got a father up in heaven that be raining down the blessings. Close to the sun, yeah, it feels like a cuddle. Dripped in the spirit like I walk in some puddles. Wrapped in His word like a belt with a buckle. With my knees at His feet like a team when they huddle. It's amazing running races, use the graces of baton. Grab it from the master, then I pass it on a song. I'm running with my faith like I'm really being chased. If salvation is the trophy, then I hope I get the place.
I'm just trying to keep my faith up, faith up. I'm just trying to keep my praise up, praise up. Trying to win my race, trying to keep up with the pace. I'm just running with His grace. I'm just running with my faith. I'm just trying to keep my faith up, faith up. I'm just trying to keep my praise up, praise up. Trying to
Keisha, Running with Faith right here. Speak Live Radio Live, music and video review. Datin, I'll let you go first, man, and we rate these 1 through 5. You could do a 3.5, a 2.5, a 1.5, a 0.5. Do whatever you want. But let us know what you think about this track, Running with what? What was it? Running with Faith.
Running with
Keisha. My bad.
Yo, so first shout out to James. I just see him hit me on my train. Like, yo,
Hey.
you better be honest. Shout out to my man James, bro. Anyways, yo, so Keisha's dope. Keisha's dope to me. Keisha's consistent. She's somebody I follow, I look out for.
Dope.
I think Keisha's dope. I like Dude's verse. I like her verse. I like the beat. The hook wasn't my preference. I felt like it was, especially towards the second half of it, it was spots where it needed that melodyne. And I wasn't crazy about the hook, but I love the beat. I like the verses. It was, I think overall, it was, I would say like a 3. You said I could give it a half.
Yeah.
3.5. It was dope. The hook is a very important part of the song. I gotta explain why I would judge it like that. Like it's a very important part of the song. And since it was like cool, you know what I'm saying? Some people might love it. This is just my opinion. Yeah, that's why I would give it that. But based upon the content, the verses, and the beat, it had a good vibe, good swing to it. I enjoyed it. The second part of the hook had me like, I think just with some pitch adjustment, it could have won. You know what I'm saying?
I liked it too. I mean, really dope vibe. I like the vibe. It definitely felt like a summertime vibey song. Same thing, man. The hook was cool. It's one of those hooks. It's just there to me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do anything. It didn't really grab my attention. It didn't hook me like a hook needs to do. So I think it could have been a little more catchy on something that's a summertime vibe that you really want to get out there. Summertime vibes are super catchy. So I think you missed the mark there a little bit on the hook. It was still good. Dude could sing, definitely. And everybody on the song was really good. Keisha has better metaphors, if that makes sense. Her verse was dope, but there was just some of the metaphors were a little basic. I would have liked to hear a couple more stretches on the metaphors because I knew what was coming up. And I hate when I know the metaphor that's coming up. But same thing, man. I'll give it a 3.2 on that one. Jared, what do you got?
Yeah, I liked it. I think you guys hit on the points that I was looking at. I think too with the first dude rapping, I think Datin can kind of, maybe help me out with this, but when someone kind of has that grittier delivery, I think you got to be very unique in how you want to insert the gospel, right? Because I think it's a very unique delivery, and you're speaking in a certain way. And I think he did decent with that, right? I think he balanced, they're panning over the Bible as he's saying, certain things like, Lord, you deliver me type of things. And I always feel like it can be corny if you're not careful, because you got this really low, crazy voice, but then you're starting to, sometimes it's hard to mix that with trying to speak life. I thought he did a decent job. I liked the hook. You made me not like it as much. Thanks, Quan. But no, and I thought they did good. I think as far as the video goes, if they're going to do the baton passing concept, maybe overlay it with some actual stock footage of like an actual relay race. I don't know. Maybe that's kind of how I looked at it. But I know that they probably didn't put too much into the video production on that. But overall, yeah, I'd say about average. Yeah, about 3.3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. All right, we got a instrumental that we're going to play. Menace. The song is called, let me see what this instrumental is called. Again, produced by Menace right here. Speak Life Radio, live music and video review. We did an instrumental last week, and I think people liked it and went over well. So we will see if this instrumental is any good right here. Speak Life Radio.
The truth.
right, that is Minister Moss with again instrumental right here. Speak Life Radio live music and video review. Jared, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, shout out. That's Manny. Manny was actually the first person to ever bring Brian into New York State.
Dope.
And he is also a Christian hip hop artist. I didn't know you produce music, man. But I'm gonna be real with you because you come. Manny's one of them dudes, man. He comes hard. He's very critical. I'm just playing, but I think with beats, again, secondary knowledge of these things, mixing, mastering, and whatnot. But I think with beat making nowadays, man, you just got to find something that sets you apart because so many beats nowadays can kind of sound monotonous. And I think you had that line in the whole beat where it was like the pew, pew. Like I felt that was unique in a way. I want to hear that track not with heavy bass. Like I want to hear it like in a radio because my only fear would be like you play that in a car radio and the bass isn't there no more and you just hear more pew, pew. But other than that, man, I with me not knowing you actually produce music, man, I thought it was pretty good. I give it like 3.5.
All right.
Yeah.
Datin, I'll let you go next.
Yo, I like the rap, the part where you rap on myself is distracting to me.
Yeah.
Why am I hearing myself?
Are you hearing yourself?
Yeah,
I don't know what's up. Hold on.
it's like delayed.
Is it fixed?
Anyway, I'll try to speak through it. Yeah, there it's fixed.
Okay.
All right, bet. So I think I like the rap part, the part where you would put the verse on. That part was dope. The hook part had elements that was dope. I absolutely hated the whang. The sound like somebody was stepping on a mouse or something.
Oh man.
Whang, whang, whang. I was like, yo, take that joint out the beat because it was so distracting to me. Like I hated when the hook came on. But as I'm trying to listen through it, I'm like, yo, this beat would be dope except for that one really annoying noise. Drums was good, bass was good, the 808s was good, your choice of sample was good. What Jared said, what was true, like yeah, it can be a little redundant, but I think there was enough in this beat where it can be a good beat depending on how you structure it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just take out that noise, that annoying crying mouse sound.
Oh my god.
And you'll have a banger on your hands. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because I just couldn't get past the win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that there was this breakdown towards the end. It's that I was like, ooh. And then when the drums dropped, it had that wham again. Man,
they killing you. No,
but you're right. I mean, one sound can mess up a whole beat.
Very true.
And I definitely agree with that.
Yo, I'm not your Lord and Savior. I'm not all knowing and sovereign. I'm a rapper, and because I'm a rapper, I got preferences, you know, and there's certain sounds that are just like scratching a chalkboard. So I'll be like, nah. So when the sample started, I was like, his drums weren't like these traditional, you know, like his drums didn't sound like everything that's out right now. It sounded more like Timberlandish, which is cool. 808 was good. It was just that. Wow, that's it.
And I agree. Same thing, because as an artist, you probably would take that song out if that was a beat you were going to rap on. And a lot of times you have to hear somebody rapping on the beat to actually appreciate the beat more. But I did like it. And my thing is, if I'm listening to a beat and I'm freestyling in my head, then I think it's really dope. And that's the style of beat that I would actually rap on when I used to make music myself. So I did like it a lot. Same thing, that sound. There's little high-pitched sounds and stuff like that. You could just drop that because it does get very annoying, especially if you have it in there over and over again.
I think it went up it went up too. I think when it came back around, so.
So maybe take that sound out. This looks like an unreleased beat. It's a private link. So maybe take that out. And breakdowns were good, though, and that's something when you're working with the artist, you'll probably have more breakdowns producing that around their vocals and stuff like that too. So, but yeah, I mean, just
shout out to Mr. Moss. Got a banger on his hands. Just take that sound out, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Beat is cool, bro. Beat is
Yeah.
good.
Many cool people, man. He live in Florida now too, actually.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
dope. You said he makes music.
He brought out B to his church out there in Long Island, New York, and then he moved to Florida. He does music. Yeah, I didn't know he produces though. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep dating on for one more.
Uno mas.
This is C Duffel. Next up, right here, Speak Life Radio.
Y'all know who it is. I promise y'all gonna see a whole lot of me this year. Yeah, see the fool. Let's get it. My job is computer like Tesla. Be telling your homies I'm next up. Got that season, you know that I'm saucy. Finna dip, tell the haters to catch up. Rock with Cujo, but I ain't a dog. Like gorilla, I'm glued to the setup. These youngers be throwing they setup, but I'm coming and tearing the setup. Rock with Jesus, you know he the game. Got that blessing, so I'm repping his name. Chasing Jesus, not looking for fame. Put this blood on my face like I'm Cain. I'm bout it, but I don't need a Glock. Sound a siren, but I am not a cop. Not a dummy, I pray for the op. Be a dummy if I smoke a op. Devil back on the beat, I won't stop. Nah, I won't stop. God cover me like an umbrella. I'm trying to do tell but later they part. They ready to criticize, think they a fiend in the way that they run to the rock. Cracking my head, but I am like Steven. They think they right, but they not. I'm thanking the Lord for the baby. He had to die just to save me. Save me. Save me. Credit to grace, I discovered that I got the key, but you better not play me. I'm like Beethoven, I hear the vibration and sound, but it ain't gonna shake me. I'm in the dungeon that's full of them wolves, but I promise that it ain't gonna break me. Nah, it ain't gonna break me. Penny after me like JC. Never chase the money that ain't me. Got your brand till it pump like BP. Till it pump like BP. The sun get me high like UV. It's my time, better watch for the mood swing. My job is computer like Tesla. Be telling y'all homies I'm next up. Got that season, you know that I'm saucy. Finna do tell the haters to catch up. Robert Cujo, but I'm not a dog. Like a real, I'm going to the setup. These youngers be doing they setup, but I'm coming and tearing the setup.
Oh man, don't whisper in my ear like that, C Duffel. He had me until the whisper. I like this song a lot. I hate whispering on tracks. We talked to an artist last year that was doing that on every intro. He would have this whisper intro, and I'm like, I can't stand it. I don't need a dude's, especially wearing headphones. I don't need to hear a dude's whisper in my ear. It's just it's weird to me. But the song was dope. I like the beat. I think he flowed perfectly on that style of beat. The thing I like about C Duffel is a lot of his stuff is sounded way different than like the last song. He used to go too hard. He used to always think he had to just like have a banger that if you're at the show, you're gonna make everyone jump up and down and go crazy. Yeah. This song right here was more mellow, and his flow patterns are just really dope, and it fits the beat really well. Yeah. I like it a lot. I would have gave it a 4.2, but I got to give it a 3.7 because of that whispering at the end. Jared.
Yeah, I've said this when we did it a few weeks ago. You know, that's the new style of flow, right? Like but you just got to own it. You got to put your style into it. He spoke
and do it dope if you're gonna do it.
Exactly. Right? And I did hear the gospel, man. I didn't hear it in a corny way, right? You're right. The whispering wasn't like too crazy, but then it kind of threw me off, right? I think as a listener, you're gonna. It's hard to go from high levels to low like that. But I get it. Maybe that was just the creativity part going, I liked it though. I give it an overall 3.7.
Okay. All right.
Yo, so I like the beat. I liked his verse. I think his cadences and his flows was good. He got a good voice. He sounded like he got a polished delivery. I definitely didn't like the whispering at the end. Yeah, it's like a grown man whispering at another grown man.
Can't do it.
Just like, yo,
can't do it, Datin.
So, yeah. So that was the only flaw in the record to me. the whispering part. And it didn't sound polished either. It wasn't like when the Yin Yang Twins did it. They had the right
Why did I think
mixing
it?
and the
Yeah.
and mastering.
Hey, little mama. Yeah.
So,
They're the only ones that could get away with it, and
Right,
I didn't even
yeah.
like that song.
Yeah.
You know?
That was old school, man.
I mean, they had like, $1 million studio and
Yeah,
a $1 million
exactly.
engineer to
Right.
mix that, right?
Yep.
Right.
So
Yep.
I would, I don't know if the record's out already, but if it isn't, I would just say rap that part at the end, like, and you got a definite banger. I'm gonna give it a 4, and I'm gonna give it a 4 because I ain't like the whispering part, but the record was dope.
Yo.
Aside from that one little thing
Yeah.
that we nitpicking on, I think
Yeah.
it was dope.
Yep. All right, Datin, do you got to go or you got time? We only got 2 more submissions. You got time for 2 more?
I need to go to sleep. You gotta remember.
I
it's
feel
like
like he's on the
1 o'clock
east.
and my-
He's on the
Coast,
east. He's in
man.
Florida.
Yeah.
He's in Florida. But Datin, dude, I definitely appreciate having you on, bro. Once again on the show. Shout out to everything Menace Movement's doing.
Yeah.
Shout out to everything God Over Money's doing. Make sure you guys catch him on tour.
Yeah.
The name of the tour once again?
the Soul Therapy Tour.
Soul Therapy Tour. Make sure you check him out there. We appreciate it, bro. I
Yes, sir.
definitely appreciate you staying up late with us.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get you back out here in Vegas. Probably not this year, but hopefully, sometime next year where we need to build this city back up, Jared.
Come on.
It's
We'll get
dead
him out here.
It's dead out here, though.
Yeah. Let's get him out here. Hey, shout out Datin, too. Had none but amazing experiences with you, brother. Nothing but the best for you going forward. If you need anything, I know we were talking about a tour, too, so let's, maybe we'll figure it out through Twan. See about something later.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Amen. All right, brothers. man.
Dope. All right,
Appreciate
man.
y'all.
Good night,
Appreciate
bro.
it. That is Datin, Menace Movement, God Over Money, man. We definitely appreciate him getting on. I know I didn't want to not ask him because we only had 2 more submissions, so I didn't want those artists thinking like we were trying to
Yep.
diss them. But we do got 2 more songs that
It's
we're
late
going to
over
do
there. Yeah, it's late.
without Datin.
Yep.
So we'll
cool.
get into that right now.
Are we
I got
doing
my man.
the award thing or no? Not today.
Yeah, we'll give away $10.
Okay.
We'll give away $10.
I'll put half up.
Okay.
No, I'll put 10 and we'll do 20.
Oh, we'll do 20.
Let's
All
do
right.
it. All right.
Cool. All right, this next song, POG, the MC for Christ, Adopted in Grace, featuring I Vaughn, right here at Speak Live Radio.
What would I be?
What would I be? Without your love, joy in the head, living the life. You done got to do the plan before the plan was made. Let's go deeper in the past where the plan was made. I know you think the full reason, but that's your plan. Now let's start from the beginning when you created me. Took me from my mother's womb to a better mother. That's a blessing in disguise to another level. I'm writing this letter to thank you for another blessing. Could've been dead, but you gave me second chances. Time after time I could've been dead, but you saw fit in me, so them demons done ran. Had my mother give me up for adoption, cause you a blessing. Got adopted at the age of 2 months by Mrs. Graham.
If it hadn't been for your love, I know I would not be here. I would not be here. But you made a way for me. Lord, I'm so thankful. Lord, you made a way for me. Lord, I'm so grateful. Lord, you made a way.
Thank God for the trust, cause you don't know what you measure. Be thankful for the key, cause he brought it your mother. I'm just thankful for being adopted. He could've chose a different boy, but they chose me. I've been adopted in grace, I thank you for his way. I could've had a different story, but he chose Big J. Now I'm looking at the stars, thinking God above. Cause it could've been a different way, I'm talking love. Man, this love so awesome, it can't compare to nothing. I was picked up by his grace, formed in the womb. Jeremiah 29, that was God's plan. Mama answered the call, so I'm forever thankful. I'm adopted by his grace.
If it hadn't been for your love, I know I would not be here. I would not be here. But you made a way for me. Lord, I'm so thankful. Lord, you made a way for me. Lord, I'm so grateful. Lord, you made a way, yeah.
All All right, that is Adopted in Grace, POG, the MC for Christ, right here. Speak Life Radio, live music and video review. I'm glad we let Datin go.
Dame would have not.
When we did. I didn't want to leave Datin on that note. But listen, man, he submitted music before. He's getting better. It's still getting on beat, being on beat, writing the beat, because the beat was cool. Like the song starting off like it could have been a cool song, right?
Right.
And that's what I was hearing. I'm like, okay, he's doing better. But there's something like, and it goes back to the recording, the mixing, everything, the delivery. The delivery has to be better.
Right.
On the beat, just ride the beat.
Yep.
Don't be so concerned with getting the song done in the studio that you're not writing the beat right. If you have to take some words out of your verses, do that. Just make sure you're writing that beat smooth. The singer was okay. Off pitch a lot of different times. The overall mix was not good. The idea of the song was good. So now you got to go back in the studio when you do something like that and execute it better. Get people around you that will help you out in the studio to get it done right. But I have to give it a 1.9, not quite a 2, because the mix, I'm an engineer, so I'm very picky when it comes to the mix of songs.
Right.
So I would definitely mix that way better and go back in, like let people hear it before you put it out.
Right.
To see, like, what do you think, and get some real advice, because you just fell off beat too many times, whereas it just sounded like you were putting way too much in a line that didn't necessarily need to be there. And to me, that makes me lose focus on what you're saying, because I'm concentrating so much on the technical parts of it. I don't want to listen to the technical part of it. I want to be able to just have it flow smoothly without having to worry. And be able to listen to the lyrics. I want to listen to what you're saying without being distracted. So 1.9 for me.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. For me, the cadence, he was offbeat.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna give you some ups, and this is just for potentially you going forward. You got a interesting sound, right? You have a kind of like that, gritty, raspy kind of delivery, man. You like Quan said, just if even you need a ticker, right? Those little tickers in the studio. That's a simple way to start to try to remain on beat. Shout out Ivan, man. That's the formerly known. Matter of fact, this has to be. I wonder if this is a. Oh no. Okay, so Ivan is his new name, formerly known as Nino Salas. I've worked with him a lot. In a lot of different ways. He's based out of Lubbock, Texas, and that the pitch thing that you're talking about. He uses a lot of Melodyne, and I think that's like on purpose. Or maybe not on purpose, but I liked for me, because I guess I'm familiar with the sound. I've always liked Nino Ivan's his hooks, but yeah, overall, again, and you said it right, the essence of the song, man. I think, man, you're speaking from God. I'm assuming there was something maybe. With your birth that wasn't, I guess guaranteed that you would survive or something like that. So that's heartfelt, and and I love that, man. Stay with that, speaking from the heart. But yeah, definitely, if you're gonna do this full time and be, even if it's ministry minded, right? There always should be something that improves on the music side. We try to do this in excellence, and other than that, man, I'll give it a 2.3.
All right, there we go. All right, we're going to play another track. We got two more, man. Vinny Vincier emailed me a track because it's unreleased featuring Jari. I think I'm saying that name right. Where He Goes, right here, Speak Life Radio. Oh, hold on. I got to download the song first.
Let's go. Got to be good.
It better be good if I got to download it, Vinny.
Dang, he didn't
Come on, man.
They got to download it, brother.
Y'all are searching for a pleasure that would set your soul on fire. If you're looking for forever, he ain't even hard to find. Y'all keep chasing earthly treasures, but the world has made you blind. We know what we know, we go where he goes. Y'all are searching for a pleasure that would set your soul on fire. If you're looking for forever, he ain't even hard to find. Y'all keep chasing earthly treasures, but the world has made you blind. We know what we know, we go where he goes.
Y'all could take away my breath, no oxygen. Y'all could throw away the key and lock me in. Still nothing more worse than the consequence. Being disobedient, worst type punishment. While he still could be found, but I honor him. Many times went in and out of consciousness. Just like chloroform, they be out of it. I tried everything, but they still won't rely on him. True story, I'm far from a novelist. Give me straight facts, you can hear the modem dialing. Travel so far in this road, check the mileage. Most starting bodies don't know that they're hostage. Even if I warn them, they call me imposter. You gotta trust the process in order to see progress. You still wanna challenge me, I'm ready for your challenges. With God as a driver, me on the passenger.
Y'all are searching for a pleasure that would set your soul on fire. If you're looking for forever, he ain't even hard to find. Y'all keep chasing earthly treasures, but the world is made you blind. We know what we know, we go where he goes. Y'all are searching for a pleasure that would set your soul on fire. If you're looking for forever, he ain't even hard to find. Y'all keep chasing earthly treasures, but the world is made you blind. We know what we know, we go where he goes.
Who am I ain't known but a messenger. Lifestyle of the rich and embezzlers. Snatch off them chains, take the feathers with the fall for the lies, that's really just a counterfeit. People that are hardy, it's a good amount of them. You really too proud, man, I can see the pride of you. I ain't gonna lie to you, only he can take it out of you. Gotta spark the mind like why can't S. In this tight room, be looking like the elephant. Unit for the Lord, 7 years been celibate. The truth of the matter is I wanna be a resident. The kingdom of heaven, that's where all the treasure is. Your devilish ways gonna stop you from entering. I mean, it's evident, you can see the evidence. That voice in your conscience is telling you to let him in. Subdue to the flesh, cause the spirit is sensitive.
Y'all are searching for a pleasure that would set your soul on fire. If you're looking for forever, he ain't even hard to find. Y'all keep chasing earthly treasures, but the world is made you blind. We know what we know, we go where he goes. Y'all are searching for a pleasure that would set your soul on fire. If you're looking for forever, he ain't even hard to find. Y'all keep chasing earthly treasures, but the world is made you blind. We know what we know, we go where he goes.
All right, that's Vinny Vizier and Jari, Where He Goes, right here. Speak Life Radio, live music and video reviews. Jared, I will let you go first on this.
Yeah, I like the hook a lot. I'm a sucker for just real metaphorical kind of, you know what I mean? Speaking about God in those ways. I thought they did really well. I think the singer didn't really, wasn't like a super superior singer, but I think you could sing good enough, and I think you definitely had I like the hook. Whoever wrote the hook, that was a shout out to that. The rapper, I like that. I think levels wise, and I'm again secondary knowledge, came in low. I think he came in lower than the hook, so I kind of had to like listen a little harder when he came in. But I like the flow. Like what you said. I guess the only thing I would say with that is maybe a little more creative with what you're saying. I would say I like how you sound. I like obviously this is a Christ-centered track. To do that and to not be corny, and to draw in a listener, I think that takes a lot of skills, man. So shout out to you guys. I give it man, to be real, I might be one of the better ones tonight for me. I'd probably be like a 3.8, 3.9.
All right, dope. Same thing, man. The mixing when the verse comes in, it was definitely a lot lower, and it was drowned out in the beat because the beat was very loud, very methodical with the beat, a lot of strings going on, and so when you have that, you definitely need to make sure you mix those vocals above the beat. Has to be right above the beat. You don't want it too far above, but you don't want it like on the same level as the beat because it'll get drowned out. And I noticed that too. Like the hook sounded really good as far as the mix was concerned. I would have put maybe some more auto-tune on the actual hook, and I'm not a huge auto-tune fan, but I think the hook still needed something to make it sound a little bit better because I love like the cadence of the hook, the lyrics in the hook and everything like that. But yeah, when the verse came in, it kind of knocked the song down a little bit because it wasn't mixed as good as the rest. But I like the lyrics. Same thing, man. I think it was a really good song. Just some of those things on the mixing. So I would give that a 3.5. There
you go.
Right there. So, all right. Shout out and thanks for submitting that. We got one last song, man, before we go.
Let's go.
And then we're going to let you know who wins the money tonight.
Could be the ones.
This is Brother Bo featuring Danielle Falkowski. Light of the World, and I probably butchered her name, and I apologize. But listen, man, I don't get paid to tell, say the names right.
You're not a linguistic person.
Exactly.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Well, she just goes by Daniel F on the screen, so okay.
Light of the world, redeemer of my soul, make this heart your throne. When I don't know which way to go, Lord, lead me with a lamp unto my feet.
The verdict's in. Light came to the world, but the world rejected light, cause the world loves sin. Darkness is sin, and darkness resides in the hearts of men. Follow your heart, says worldly people, but if you follow your heart, then your heart can mislead you, because the heart is full of darkness and evil. It's wicked and deceitful. If it's deceitful, then who can know it? God knows it, and he can show it by exposing all your hidden motives. When it comes to facing God, boy, there ain't no getting over. There ain't no hiding or sneaking out through the back door. Hey, God is light, and light don't cast shadows. Everything that's hidden can finally be exposed. When you come up out the dark into the light, then you know that living in the dark really only stunts your growth. It's poison for the heart, it makes it hard, it makes it cold. For the truth to set you free, there's freedom for your soul. You've been holding on so tight, and it's time to let it go. Hey, don't you know we're sick as our secrets? And if our secrets keep us sick, tell me why would you keep them?
Light of the world, redeemer of my soul, make this heart your throne. When I don't know which way to go, Lord, lead me with a lamp unto my feet.
Hey, don't you know this life ain't nothing but a glimpse? It's only for a moment, boy, and then that moment is. Before you even know it, man, you won't know where it went. And the only thing that'll matter is how your time here was spent. So don't waste your time out here chasing the wind, living in sin, building all your castles in sand. Cause when the end comes, them castles won't stand. Put your faith in God and not the hands of a man. He knocks at the doors of the hearts of men, and he dines with the ones who invite him in, illuminating every hidden part within, saying, come follow me and depart from sin. Hey, walk away from your wicked ways, cause the wages of sin is death, so death is what it pays. We're all born in sin, so to sin we're all slaves. That's why 10 out of 10 of us end up in the grave. But Jesus Christ rose up out that grave, defeating sin and death so we don't have to be enslaved. He came to set the captive free, to break away their every chain, take away their guilt and shame and wipe away their filthy stains. Christ is the light, and he came to light the way. He can lead you out the dark even on your darkest day. Hey, Christ is the light, and he came to light the way. He can lead you out the dark even on your darkest day.
Light of the world, redeemer of my soul, make this heart your throne. When I don't know which way to go, Lord, lead me with a lamp unto my feet and a light unto.
All right, that's Brother Bo featuring Daniel F. Light of the World right here at Speak Life Radio. That's the last song of the night. So we appreciate everyone for tuning in live right here on Speak Life Radio every Tuesday, 8 p.m. West Coast time. Very late on the East Coast, but we're looking to move the show time eventually soon. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. That song right there. So if you're going to do a video like that with moving font and stuff, like do a full lyric video or don't do anything at all, because it was just like the same thing over and over again. So just as far as that part is concerned, maybe get somebody that does lyric videos to actually do a lyric video, or just have like one graphic on there, like how C Duffel did. He had his graphic up there, but it was creative. He had it like some motion in it, but that kind of it just looked a little weak as far as the graphics are concerned. And that's me coming at you as a designer. And then the song was cool. The message was great. It was a very like altar call-y type song, very basic as far as like delivering the gospel and stuff like that. That's the song I would hear like while you're doing an altar call at a hip hop event,
Right.
And that's what it sounded like to me. Me personally, as a hip hop head, I want to hear more, and be more creative for a song. But for what it was a good song, right?
Yeah.
her singing was cool.
Yeah.
I would have done a little bit more in the studio to flavor her voice a little bit,
Right.
and maybe even push her a little more in the studio,
Yeah.
to hit some higher notes on that. But overall, the song was cool.
Yeah.
It's not a song I would actually play in my car,
Yeah.
but that is a song that I would play like at a youth group while people are going up, getting prayer and stuff like that. So for what the song was, it was good. I'll give it a 2.9. I can't, because it's not something I would actually play to listen to in my car, but it was a good, solid song.
You hit it about as accurate. Look, okay, two things that really kind of stuck up off. You said it earlier too, talking about Jess Norris, Datin's artist. And I've appreciated that with people that I have seen and work with. Songwriting's very hard, right? Like to stand out, to be unique, to draw the listener in. It's just, you can have a good voice, you can carry a tune, you can carry a note. But so I'll say this from the singer standpoint, even up to the rapper. Potential, I do. Yeah. I see potential. It's just these are the type of people that. I see this a lot in what we do, right? Like I've seen a lot of copycat ministries and a lot of people that have come and look, I've always championed people to, if you feel you want to, as a pastime, a hobby, make music, by all means, just who cares? Like I have brothers that still make music and listen to their own music in their cars, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going to take this as kind of like a career choice, career path, a God-given calling, these are the type of people I would say, man, go find you somebody that can help you write music, help you structure music, be creative on that end. Definitely buy the lyric video. Again, we talked about this like 4 weeks ago. When I see your presentation, I understand that you're probably just not even close to, any type of higher standard of video quality. Yeah. But I think there's potential, man. You guys just find somebody that can help you structure music, write music. And I feel like, man, for both ends, because like you said it perfectly, man. This is like a very safe crossover from a gospel track to a rap track that you would play in a mild manner church setting, right? But again,
maybe that's what it's aimed for too.
Exactly.
That's the thing with Christian music. We don't know. Yeah. Most people in the secular realm, they're still making music to just play it for themselves. Right. But in Christian music, especially Christian hip hop, I think there are a lot of people that are making it like, I go to a youth group or I'm a youth pastor.
100%.
And that's what I'm making it for.
I have seen rappers that are only rappers for their youth. Literally, I've seen that multiple times. There's actually the Central Church out here. I don't know if that guy's still there. There was a guy, the biggest church in Vegas.
G Blessed.
I think so.
Yeah,
well,
that was a homie.
Okay, so he does music outside of that?
He did, but it was pretty much there at the time when he was doing it there. That's where he was doing his music.
It seemed like it was directed just to that.
He was the church rapper there.
Exactly. Yeah. And because I remember him being introduced as that, which I thought, he wasn't the only one. I've seen it multiple times.
Yeah.
But I would give it a 2.9. A lot of potential though. A lot of potential if that's worth anything.
Yeah. So, listen, man, we definitely appreciate everybody for the submissions and for tuning in. I know it's late. We are, man, and I'll reach out to you guys in the Speak Life Radio group. If you guys aren't in the Speak Life Radio group, please go and join the Speak Life Radio group on Facebook. We do a lot of stuff in there, man. If you guys need prayer, we're doing a lot of prayer sessions in there and stuff like that. So make sure you guys follow that group, and that's where we get the music submissions as well in there. So, make sure you do that. But we definitely do appreciate you guys for tuning in. And we'll try to get a better time. I just run a whole studio here, and like my time slots are full, my good ones.
Yeah.
So I want an earlier time slot. So hopefully soon in the fall we'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
We are live once in a while on Fridays, 2 p.m. West Coast time. So make sure you check us out there too.
Yeah.
All right. We have money to give away. Are we giving away $10 twice, or are we giving away just $20 to the best?
Because it's not last time where we got blessed. I say just one winner.
Just one, yeah. And we didn't have a lot of submissions this time either.
No, it was like 6.
And I think for me, one song stood out above everybody.
Yeah.
And there was, I liked Keisha's video a lot.
Yep.
It was dope. But C. Duffel, to me, that was my favorite song.
That's true.
I think he did really dope.
Yeah.
I liked Manny's beat.
Yep.
The instrumental was dope.
Yep.
But
he texted me too right now. He said, if you don't pick me, then we're not friends no more.
Well, you guys aren't friends.
Yeah. That was funny.
I like C. Duffel. Who you like?
Because this is two
Because
people
we might
here.
have to go to the crowd.
This is two people here, man.
The tiebreaker is going to be in the comments.
Let's do it like that. Let's get interactive. The song with the guy who punched in a little low with the hook that I liked.
Vinny Vincier?
I would say he edged very short, barely edged out your guy. For me.
All right. So the one we just played that I had to download?
No, was it that?
I think.
Yeah, it was the one right before the end.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I liked it with the two guys.
That was Vinny Vincier and Jari, I believe was his name.
Yeah. I edged your boy
Where
just
he
by a
goes.
little bit. Just by a
Okay.
little bit. Yep.
And I like C. Duffel. So we got to jump into the comments.
Let's go.
And let us know who you like, C. Duffel or Vinny Vincier. I got 2 in the comments for C. Duffel. Did you get any over there on your comments?
That might be it. Let me see. C. Duffel, man, he left.
Yeah, we got C.
C.
Duffel,
Duffel,
man.
C. Duffel.
C. Duffel
Yeah,
is
that's
the
it.
winner
Come on, $20
tonight. But,
Salute.
man, we definitely appreciate it. It's late over here for us now, so I know if you guys are watching on the East, it's late for you. If you guys are watching the replay, because, I know a lot of you guys watch the replay. We appreciate it. Please share the replay with your people. We appreciate everything you guys been doing. Download that Gorilla Cross app. You know why? Because it's free.
It's free, man.
Because it's free.
Let's go.
Can't pass up free.
Not too many free apps.
Exactly. But we will be back next week with another dope interview, and maybe Jared will be back in the building with us. You never know.
I might.
Never know when
I
he'll show
like
up.
this. I'm getting used to this life.
Hey.
It was harder though too. I will say this: being asked questions is easier than asking questions.
Really?
I think so. You have a hard job. You do
Okay.
this. You do this every day. So yeah,
It's fun. I like asking questions. And if you want to check me out on Unnamed Sports Show, if you guys are into sports, make sure you check me out every Monday and Thursday, 1 p.m. West Coast time on Unnamed Sports Show. Check out the replay. You can download the app and check out all of our replays. We had 2 UFC fighters, my man Jamal Hill and Chaos Williams, were live on the line with us yesterday. And Top Rank Knockout, Ring Girl, Tiana was our co-host. She'll be on with us once a month. So make sure you guys check that out as well. She works for ESPN and Top Rank. So make sure you check that out. We got Tom Thomas. I don't know if you guys know him. He's been doing a lot. He's an activist, I think, and used to play in the NBA. So we got him coming up soon as well. A lot of former NBA players. The Big Three is going to be out here at least 3 times. So we'll be there with our media credentials, trying to, get interviews there and try to get some of them in the studio, since they will be out here in Vegas. I know Meta World Peace he changed his name again, but Meta World Peace will be somebody we're trying to reach out to get him in the studio as well. So a lot of fun stuff going on, man. So make sure you guys check us out on Unnamed Sports Show and right here on Speak Life Radio, and check out all the other shows that are on the Gorilla Cross Network. Jared, thanks for coming through, man.
Yeah,
thanks
always.
for staying late with us.
Yes, sir.
Once again, shout out to Datin. We are out. We will see you guys next week. Peace.
Yee.